Hi guys, welcome to a new daily watchlist. My name is Martijn. I'll be going over the Forex market as usual. So first of all, let's kick it off with the euro dollar. Like expected, the euro dollar started dropping from our supply zone, basically also because the DXY started moving up. Currently we broke this trend line, we hit this newly created supply zone and we are on the second trend line. What is likely is that prices will continue to rally down further into this daily demand and maybe make like a pullback from there. And going over to the DXY, we can see a similar scenario. So what happened on the DXY is that we broke this trend line, created a new demand zone, rallied up from there, and currently we are in this supply. It would be possible for this upper supply to be hit, so for price to rally a little bit further today, probably hit into this supply and maybe make like a pullback from there, going back to our demand zone. Now that said, moving over to the AUD US dollar. And regarding the AUD US dollar, we had a small trade on here. Currently, we already took our profit since a pullback is still likely. We just broke the trend line. We came out of a supply zone and it just played out perfectly as I said at the beginning of this week. Now, for now, not really a lot interesting. This move on AUD US dollar could continue. And this could also bring like the NZDUSD dollar with it. Like I said, NZDUSD dollar was a little bit more difficult. Like we came out of this supply zone, but as you can see, we had like a liquidity spike in here, taking out the stop losses, the short stop loss before continuing down again. Currently, we are still in this small range, and it will be likely for this range to be broken and for price to visit these lows in here again. Moving over to the GBPUSD dollar. Now, GBPUSD dollar was a little bit more difficult to trade. What we saw is that price didn't immediately want to break down. I already expected something like this, but we still took a trade, took a small loss in there, but yeah. In the end, price shoot up again, went into the weekly supply, almost hit the 4-hour supply in here, but it still rejected a little bit under there. Currently, it is moving down, and it is still possible for the GBPUSD dollar to start moving down and probably going into this lower area in there. Now, moving over to gold. And regarding gold, what we can see is that we are currently still in this old demand zone basically. So we removed the daily demand zone in here and we currently are in this old demand zone. We had a huge rally down. It broke trend line, created new supply zones, and we are still stuck in this range now. So as I expected, price would be stuck in a range for like May. Okay, it hit the like the upper levels in here. It broke for a new all-time high, and after that it rallied back into our range basically. What we can do is take a range tool. So with a range tool, what we can see is that we have a 0.25 level in this demand zone, so a little bit lower in here. We have like a daily and 4-hour demand zone stacked. So if the DXY starts to make like a low push up, then this one can reach into the demand zone. Currently it is already in the demand zone, so it can still make a pullback from here, and I am watching that. But yeah, keep in mind, like we got a 0.25 in here, and it would be possible for price to reach until there. But since seeing this 4-hour up move, like a small engulfing in here, it is also likely for price to continue this rally straight from here. Moving over to the Bitcoin. And regarding the Bitcoin, we saw a push down from the supply zone, like I already said. We also took a day trade on the Bitcoin, and currently it is just moving down. It created a new supply zone. It could be hit. It would be possible for price to reach back into the supply zone and maybe make like a further move from there. Now, if we go to the daily time frame, we don't really see a lot of zones. So we only had this supply zone in here, and we have a lower daily demand zone in there. So in between here, price can be stuck in a range. But for now, it is likely the price will just continue a rally down, probably even visit into this small demand zone. So it's not really a valid demand zone for me, but it's still a zone with some liquidity since we had a push up from there, and it is likely the price will continue to rally down and move into this demand. Now that's it for the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next videos.